All right, financial math classes. We are talking about statement of earnings today. So this is a pay stub. This will come with your paycheck. It'll have all the information on it, all the taxes and personal deductions that are being taken out of your paycheck. We've looked at a couple of these in class. Now we're going to put everything together, everything we learned about calculating all the taxes and all that, we're going to put all together in one for the statement of earnings. Uh, so what we're going to be finding is the net pay. What you need to remember about the uh, net pay is the gross pay minus all your deductions. It's also called the take-home pay. So if you have direct deposit, this is the amount of money that's going to be deposited into your account, or if you're just receiving a paycheck, this will be the amount that is on the paycheck. So net pay is your take-home pay. So real simple. What we have here, we are going to find the net pay here. So we have this pay stub of Jay Pinto, has all this information. First thing we're going to find is the gross pay that is up here. And then all the deductions are down here. So federal income tax, because Social Security, Medicare, state, local tax, medical insurance, no union dues, and then other. I'm going to extend that a little bit because we're going to be using the whole thing. Um, so what we're going to do is find the net pay here. So net pay is going to be the gross, the 452.50 minus everything we just highlighted in green. So what I'm going to do is actually total all this up. So I'm going to add all these values and it's going to be equal here. So using a calculator, adding these values. So it's going to be 44 plus 2806 plus 656 plus 1127 plus 679 plus 1550 plus 2420. That all comes out to 136.38. So I'm going to subtract that value from the gross pay. So 136.38. And then, so that'll give us gross pay. So minus 452. Nope, need a decimal. So subtract those, it comes out to $316.12. And that is going to go up here there. All right, one more example. So we have to complete everything now. So we still have all our deductions are down here. We are going to find all these deductions. We are going to calculate all that out. The gross pay is up here. Um, so here's the important information that we need from here. So first of all, the FICA tax rate or Social Security is 6.2% for the first 97,000. So that's if this person makes over $97,500, they no longer pay Social Security tax. The Medicare tax is 1.45%. She is married and has two allowances. We need that for the federal income tax. Her state personal exemptions total 7692. We need that for the state tax. And then also we need the state tax rate. The taxable income. So yeah, we're going to use all that to calculate out that. Local income tax is 1.5%. Medical insurance costs 140 and she and the company pays 60%. So we're going to use all that. First thing we are going to do is start with the federal income tax, FIT. So to find the federal income tax, that comes from the table in the book. If you're working at home, these tables are posted in Google Classroom, the federal income tax table. If you have the book, it is page A2 through A5 in the back. So it's, looking up in the book. I know you can't see the values, But this is where this comes in. She is married, so I'm making sure I'm going to go to the table for married people and has two allowances and she makes 640. So I'm going to go to 640 in the for how much she makes column and then go over to two allowances for married people. It's $38. So again, federal income tax, you need to look up the values in the table in the book, or they are attached in Google Classroom for that. The FICA. In your book, it's the book problems, it's Social Security. Um, so I'm just going to call it Social Security. So Social Security, first thing, it's 6.2%. So I need to change my percent to a decimal. Again, this is something you should be doing in your head by now, but to do that, you divide by 100. And then you're going to take your percent as a decimal and multiply it times the gross income to find that. So 0.062 times 640. And that comes out to 39.68. So that goes here. The Medicare. So that is 1.45%. First thing you need to do is change that percent to a decimal. So it's 0.0145. Take your percent as a decimal, and again, you're going to multiply it times the gross income. 0.0145 times 640. And you get 928. Uh, the state tax. Gonna go over here. It's a little bit more work. State tax. First thing I need to do is figure out the taxable income. So the taxable income is going to be the gross pay. So 640 minus the exemption. So 7692. So 640 minus 7692. That comes out to 563.08. Your assignment in the book, there's no exemption, so you're just going to use gross pay for everything for the state tax. Um, the tax rate is 3%, so I'm going to change that to a decimal. So 0.03, and then I'm going to take that rate and multiply it times the taxable income. So zero point zero 0.03 times 5608. That's supposed to be an 8. 56, oh, 563.08. And that comes out to 1689. That's the state tax. I can fit local in here. Moving. So the local tax. The local tax rate is 1.5%. Change that to a decimal. So that is 0.015. Take your percent as a decimal and multiply it times. If you read carefully, it is the gross pay. So 0.015 times the gross pay. That comes out to $9.60. All right. And then medical insurance. So since the employer pays 60%, we're going to pay 40%. So just to figure out our contribution, you do 100% minus 60. So the employee's contribution is 40%. You want to change that percent to a decimal. So divide by 100. You get 0.40. You're going to take your percent as a decimal and multiply it times the cost of the medical insurance. So 40.4 times 1940, that comes out to 776. But we're not done yet. This is a weekly paycheck. So if we read this carefully, it is a weekly paycheck. So this is how much the 776 is how much he pays for the whole year. So since it's weekly, I'm going to divide by 52 because there are 52 weeks in the year. So 776 divided by 52 comes out to 1492. And then finally, I can calculate out my net pay. I'm going to do it up here. That is going to be, we're going to subtract two values. It's going to be the gross, so 640 minus the total of all the deductions. So I still need to total all this up. So I'm going to add that together. Uh, push 28, 38 plus 3968 plus 928 plus 1689 plus 960 plus 1492 plus 450 plus 750. And that comes out to 140.37. So that is going to get subtracted from the net pay. And that all comes out to $499 and 63 cents. So that goes in here for the net pay. And again, that's how much the take-home pay is going to be. If you're looking at the note sheet, there's one more problem. We're going to skip that. We have done enough. That should get you through the assignment. And we'll see you guys next time when we're starting checking accounts.